Hey YouTube, it's AI Enigma here. So this is our seventh session in Road to Cat LRDI series. So again, this is a medium difficulty set. You won't need a lot of time in order to crack this. I will provide the link of the session in the comment section below. You can access to it. So this is the set. So we have an interview process which is involving four candidates. We have Rahul, Virat, Jin, and Kaf, who will be interviewed by four panels: panel 1, panel 2, panel 3, and panel 4. The table below shows the score awarded to the candidate by the panels with some missing values. Okay, it is known that all candidate receives a score in the range of 1 to 6, which means in Rahul, we will get the all the missing values which are being given here can range from 1 to 6. Okay, that's pretty clear. The last column and the last row displays the average score of each candidate and the average score given by each panel respectively, which means that you can say the last column and last row would be the average of the value. Okay, so we have to figure out all the values that were given. Now immediately I will first look out to the questions whether to ensure that like is this a unique solution or not. So we can see what is the minimum score that Rahul can receive from panel 4. So like minimum score can be unique or not, and how many of the missing score cannot be determined exactly, which means we will be needing a condition, which means like we won't get everything exactly. We need some sort of condition in order to ensure that we get the values correctly. So what I will do, I will like in the future I will create if you are attempting this in examination, so I will immediately suggest after you have like seen that there would be casework involved, make another table just like this in order to save the time, because the worst thing that can happen in the examination is that you have filled all the table, then you have possibilities, and then you're trying to fit all the possibilities into one table, and at the end you're not able to recognize what I've written by the end of it. It happens a lot in the examination. So in order to avoid that, do this. Now we start with the one thing that like I will just fill the scores, like averages. I want the scores. So 5 is the average and 4 are the candidates. So this will be 20, 5.25, this would be 21, this would be 20, this would be 20, this would be 21, this would be 20, and this would be 20. So this is fine. Now I'm immediately looking at J3. We have 6 and 4, that value is 10. So because the total of J3 is 21 and 10 is already there, so I need a value of 11, and 11 from two numbers can be only possible with 5 or 6, or you can say 6 or 5. This is the only possibility that's for J3, and J3 is done. Now I will look at I want to figure out first 11 first. Now Virat, look at Virat first. This is 5 and 4, that's 9. So no, this is not 21. Okay, like I did a mistake. This value is actually 20. Okay, now we have Virat. The score of Virat is 5 and 4, that's 9. Okay, look, okay, so by any means this is 11 itself. So we have 5 and 4, 9. So we need an 11 here. So this value can be a 6 or 5, or it can be a 5 or 6. So we have Virat is also done here. Now I will look at CAF, because two values are filled, 5 and 4, 9 is there. So we need a value of 11. Again we need a value of 11. So this value, since this value is 6, this value has to be a 5. And if we are considering this, then we have 5 and 5, 10, and 4, 14. 14 and 6 has to be considered. So this value is of done, like CAF is also done. Now I will look at Jin. We have 6 and 5, 11. So we need a value of 10 from this. We need a value of 10 from Jin. So 10 can be 5 and 5 a possibility, and 6 and 4 is a possibility. I will still redundant onto it. I'm not filling it because everything that I filled until now, if I put one value, I will get the another value as a solution. So I want to keep on doing this first, and then I will put other values with some different color in order to ensure that my arrangement is correct. So if we are looking at CAF, we have already done with 10. So we need a 10. So if this value is CAF, J1 CAF is 5, then which means like if I'm looking at J1, I'm looking at J1 here. So this is value is 5, this is 5, this is 10. And now if I consider this becomes a 15. So the only way possible, this would be 5. And if I consider this to be 5 and this to be 5, and this is 6, which means 10 and 6 is 16. And we need from a value of 20, 16 is done. So which means this value has to be a 4, which means this value has to be 5 and 4 in some order. We are sure of that. Now I would like first to consider J4 first. Now because like as I've said, I'm not putting, the only reason I'm not putting J2 here, and like because I have already the everything that I've filled until now. If I just put one value, which means if I put one value of 5 here, everything from here to here would break. Like at least these value would break. So I want to continue in that fashion first. So we have J4 first, we have 6 and 5, 11. 11 and 5 is 16. So 16, and because we need a score of 20, so 6 and 5 is 11, 11 and 5 is 16, 16 and 4 would be 20. Then we have 5 and 6 and 11, 11 and 6 is 17. So 17 and 3 would be a value of 20. So that's specifically fine. So this value is 4 and 3. Now I want to look at the value of Rahul J2. You know, like Rahul J2, I want to figure it out. Now this is the condition. If I put any one value here, like let's say if I put any value here, then this value, this value, this value, this value, and this value, and this value would break, which means I would be, you know, like these values are not so specifically sure. So I would write this with a different color because of this. So let's say that if I'm considering Rahul first, so this is done. No, Rahul is not done. We are done with J3, J4 is done, J2 is not done, Rahul is not done, Jin is not done. That's the three sections that we are not done. So I'm looking at choosing a different color. Let's go with purple. Now we have, let's look at Rahul first. Rahul J1 is 5. If 5 is true, if we consider that the value of 5 is true, then 5 and 6 is 11, and 11 is, and if we consider 4 to be true, 11 and 4 is 15. So 15 and this value can be a 5, which means 11 and 5 can be a value of 20. This is one possibility. If Rahul J1 is 5, if we consider this value to be true, and 5 and 6 is 11, now 11 and 3 is a 14, and 14, and so this value has to be a 6 in order has to for the score to be 20. What I've done, if I choose this value to be 5, this value to be 6, then this value is 11. 11 and 4 can be 15, so due to that corresponding value is 5. And if I choose 5 here and 6 here, that value is 11. 11 and 3 is 14, and the corresponding value is 6. This is I've done first. Now if I consider this value to be 4 and this value to be 6, which means this value is 10, and 10 and 4 is 14. 14 and 6 can be 20, definitely possible. But I choose this value to be 4, this value to be 6, which means 10, and 10 and 3 I choose, then it would be 13. Then this value has to be 7, which is not possible. So which means for J2 the only possible score are 5 and 6. Looking at that, if this value is a 4, okay, like either we can go with, like vertically also. If this value is a 5, so 5 and 4 are 9, 9 and 6 becomes a 15, so 15 and this value can be a 5. Okay, so this value can be a 5. If this value is a 5, this value is a 4, then we have 9, 9 and 5 is 14, so this value can be a 6 as well. Okay, so we have a 5 and 6 candidate here. If this value is a 6, and this value is a 6, 6 is 6, 12, 12 and 4, 16, so this value can be a 4 as well. So here by J2 we are getting a value of 4, 5 and 6. Now I want to look at Jin first. So at Jin we have 6 and 5 is 11, so we need a value of 10. That's pretty sure. Like if you look at this value, we have Jin. At Jin we have 6 and 5 is 11, so we need a value of 10 here. So 10 can be made if we are looking at 5. So 5 or 5 can make a 10, this 5 and this 5 can make a 10, or it can be from, if we choose 6 here, then this value has to be a 4. So this is the possible combination of this table. After that I can't make anything more than that. That's the possibility that I can make. Now what I will do, because the question requires me to for what value how many of the missing data, so what I will do, I will just quickly make another copy of this you can say possibility in the future. So if I want to put a possibility in the future, I will just be easier for me, so that because already you can see there are maximum possibilities there. Now what I will do is quickly look at the questions. So we have, what is the minimum score that Rahul can receive from panel 4? The minimum score that Rahul can receive from panel score is 3. So the answer to the first question is 3. How many of the missing scores cannot be determined exactly from the given data? Now as we can see, nothing, no exact score can be determined exactly from the given data. So we have 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So nine of the all values cannot be exactly determined. We have used or utilized all our points and we're not getting exact value. For what value of the score given to Virat by panel 4 does the data set becomes fully determined, allowing all missing scores to be fixed? So we need to put a value. Virat panel 4 is the breaking point, and we can see that this is the breaking point. Why? I will tell you, because due to this, if this value is the true, then this value and this value are figured out, and due to this value is figured out, due to this value is figured out, due to this value is figured out, due to this is figured out, due to this is figured out, and due to this value is figured out. So if we want to make a possibility, this is the perfect choice for making the possibility. So now we either it would be 5 or either would be 6, and due to this all the values would be figured out, so that we have to check. And due to that, let's just put this value to be 5 in the first case, and I will put it a 6 in the second case. These are the two possibilities that I'm checking. Now if this value is a 5, okay, so already the total of Virat would be 5 and 4 9, 9 and 5 14. So 14 and 6 would be 20, so this value is eradicated. Now if I look at upwards, like J4, 6 and 5 11, 11 and 5 is 16, 16 and 4 would be a 20, so this value is also eliminated. Then we have 6 and 4 10, and 10, we have to make 10 from two possibilities. Okay, let's check here. So we have 5 and 4 9 here, so 6 and 4 10. Now we have to make it 10. Now 10 can be made from 5 and 5, 10 can be made from 6 and 4. So this is not solving further. Okay, like that's one thing that you have to make sure. Now let me check once again if I'm missing something. Virat is already done here, and J4 is done. I'm looking at 6 and 5 11. It can be 10, so it can be 5 and 5, it can be 6 and 4. That's not helping me either. And this is 6 and 4 10, so we need to form a 10 here. It can be 5 and 5 6 and 4. No, so 5 is not the value which is allowing us to solve everything for that, because we can just solve up until here, not more than that. So we will check the second possibility of 6. So if this value is a 6, then this value has to be a 3, due to which the total score becomes 9, 9 and 6 is 15, 15 5 is 20. So J4 is done, and this value becomes a 20. Corresponding to that, we can check that in Virat I will check 6 and 4 is 10, 10 and 5 is 15. So this value has to be a 5 to make the value a 20. Then we will go for, you can say, in Rahul, we have a score of 6 and 3, which is 9. Rahul, we have a total score right now 9. We need 11 here. So the only way to make 11 is 6 and 5. So 6 is already here. So 6 has to be here and 5 has to be here. Now we will check the value of J1. J1 has the score of 5 and 5, 10, 10 and 15. So 15 and 5 would be there. Due to that, we will fix the value of CAF. 5 and 4, 9, 9 and 5, 14. 14 and 6 would be make a value of 20. Then we check the value of J3. 6 and 4, 10. 10 and 6 is 16. So we need a value of 5. And 5 is the only possible when we are putting this value here. Now we will check the value of Jen. Then we have 5 and 5 10, 10 and 6 16. 16 and 4 would be the value, so this value would be a 4. And as you can see, just by putting the value as 6, we are able to solve everything. So the for what value of the score given to Virat, the panel 4 does the data set become fully determined. So this value is definitely 6. Then we have, if it is known that panel 3 awarded a score of 5 to CAF. Panel 3 awarded a score of 5 to CAF. So this is not the case that we are checking. Panel 3 awarded a score of 6 to CAF. Let me make it with a different color. Panel 3 awarded a score of 5 to CAF, which means he is providing this value. So this is not considered. So accordingly to that, this value has to be considered. 6 and 5 becomes an 11, and J3. So J3 is also done. Now we will check the value in CAF. So we have 5 and 5, 10, 10 and 5, 14. So this value becomes a 6. Then we will check the value of J1. J1 is 6 and 5, 11, 11 and 5 is 16, 16 and 4 has to be a 20. Then we check 6 and 4 is 10, 10 and 4 is 14, 14 and 6 automatically has to be a 20. Then we have J2, 6 and 6, 12, 12 and 4, 16, 16 and 4 has to be a 20. So this is the possible answer to this, question, for this specific question. How many times did the different panels award their respective minimum scores to any of their individual? Okay, so we have to check different panels and their respective minimum scores. So in J1 we have a minimum score of 4 and it's been given 1 times. Then we have in J2 we have a minimum score of 4 which is given 2 times. Then we have in J3 we have a minimum score of 4 which is given 1 time. Then we have in J4 we have given a minimum score of 4 which is given 1 time. So we have 2 1 3 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5. So 5 is the answer to this question. So as you can see, this is, I will say, a moderate difficulty questions. And like, if I will first encourage you to solve in such type of sets, immediately look at you can say questions first, because if you are able to determine that whether this question will require casework or not, you will be immediately prepared and you will be make 2 tables separately. This will help you a lot, because what oftentimes occurs in the examination is that you might be making only 1 table and then there's this casework, so you try to fit everything in 1 table, and that at the end of the because it requires a lot of case like possibilities. Right now I have the leverage to that I can make these 2 tables because I'm working digitally, but in the examination you don't have that kind of you can say accessibility to that. So it's better to make 2 tables, so to ensure that at the end you are able to crack the set pretty effectively. So that's all for the set, and we will be solving more sets in the future. So yeah, let's get cracking.